it's your boy D Neil back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Russell Kane, Britain versus Australia versus USA. I've never heard Russell Kane, and I'm excited to hear what he's got to say. But before we do, subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I'm human. I talk back. If you got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got, Russell?
What else about it? We're odd creatures. I mean, when I was watching this, when you watch the Aussie abroad, it's funny. I don't know if anyone's ever got any Australian mates, but as soon as you get abroad, they can speak the other languages. I mean, I think that how can it be? These are the statistics for Australia. Your average Australian is more likely to speak French than your average Brit. I mean, that is fucking terrible.
Really?
Now, given that we're joined to France by a tunnel, the tunnel, right? Given that we are. And you know, you get people going, why am I going to learn French, Spanish, or any other fucking mug language? English is the language of the world. We live on an island, yeah? My cockney head can perform its own Morse code if necessary.
Dude, his movements, bro. His movements are killing me.
Language. English is the language of the world. We live on an island, yeah? My cockney head can perform its own Morse code if necessary. Australia's quite a big island. I don't know if you noticed that. They speak English there. They speak more French than us. Why? What's going on? Are we thick? No, we're not. Some of us might have started life on a freaking counsellor's day. Doesn't mean we're thick. Our teachers are brilliant. Our parents are brilliant. Could it go back to what I'm talking about? That we are so awkward, uptight, and shrunken and inward that we even die of embarrassment when we attempt to speak a foreign language. I think that is the experience of most of the people in this room and watching this, yeah? It's not that you're too thick. If I tell you, Emma, that it's buenos dias to say hello, you're going, I can do that. I couldn't do it. I felt like a tear. I just felt too embarrassed, right? Why? Look at how we move, right? Have you ever been on holiday, looked across the swimming pool, you haven't seen a newspaper, haven't heard a football song, there's no clues, but you go, they're British. How did you know? I don't know. You can tell. You'll see it every moment from now on. You'll notice why. We move different. We move slightly like that, yeah? Chest out, slightly stiff, minimum.
That look, he moving sided like a crab. He moving like a crab.
We move different. We move slightly like that, yeah? Chest out, slightly stiff, minimum. We'd float. We'd love to fucking float, wouldn't we? Yeah, Rule Britannia, floating into the room. We gesticulate from below the ribcage. Incredibly rare. You won't find hardly any cultures on the earth that talk by pointing downwards. We're one of the few. African, Middle Eastern, European, everyone's. The Italians will actually detach an arm halfway through and then reattach at the end of the Buongiorno, like that. Only the Brits can have a full fucking chair. I met him down Cheshunt Pond, yeah? Fucking took him down Wormley, did him over in a fucking transit, right? Only us speak like that. It starts young, right? Watch how we're taught. Don't show off, crawl properly. Just because the Spanish baby's shouting out, you don't have to, Harold. Put your top hat on. Be quiet, right? So most Brits, if you look at us, it's like we've got britioperosis. I'm sorry, I'm so English, my bones are fucked from it, right? And it's the same in the face. If you ever watched a British face, we don't move. When you're trying to teach an American an English accent, if you're teaching them drama, do you know what they do? They go, oh my God, there's no way I could do an English accent. It's like totally impossible to do that, right? All you have to do is hold the face like that, and it forces you to do it. I mean, how depressing.
And it forces you to do it. How depressing. It's not English. It's not working for me. I don't think it's working for me, man. It's not. Yeah, it didn't work.
Hold the face like that, and it forces you to do it. I mean, how depressing that if you hold your mouth in a miserable, just had a stroke position, it forces you to do an English accent. It's one of the most depressing moments of my life.
It's not working.
We don't move this top, the posher you are, you don't move the top part of your face at all. It's completely frozen. There's no need to move the upper portion of your face whatsoever, right? If you're working class, you even bring the top lip in. You don't even need the fucking lip if you're angry enough, and you will actually fall backwards. Do not push me any further, mate. I will go all the way to the floor if need be. Chink, 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 chink. So, When the average, but I'm sure some of you are wonderful linguists and speak French and Spanish, but for the average person in this room, to get from that to almost any language in the world is too awkward a muscular leap. This is an original theory. This is why if you look at the way an Australian speaks English, for example, they move all of their face for every single fucking word, yeah? Even the tiniest word gets the maximum fucking movement. Et, that, cat, yeah? This, bus, that. Maximum fucking Australian women actually orgasm like this. Same with the Americans. They're a lot more expressive when they speak. It's like they want to take their thoughts out and give them to you, if that makes sense. Yeah. Moving all of the face. Howdy, how you doing? G'day, mate. You all right? I'm Australian. All of the face. Australian face.
He's not lying. He's not, as American-wise, he's not lying. I don't know about any other cultures. I've never been to anywhere else but America. But about America, he's spot on.
Hey, how you doing? G'day, mate. You all right? I'm Australian. All of the face. Australian face sometimes continues to move when the sentence is finished. I'm fine, thank you. Stretching it out, mate. Stretching it out. How good would that bit be on mushrooms? The point is this. If we can say any language, but the language we have contact with most is what? Probably Spanish from going on holiday and stuff. Is that a fair comment? And to say hello in Spanish, you can't just go, like you can't Chad just go, oh, buenos dias. You won't be understood, right? The correct way to say it, and I promise I'm not exaggerating, is this. Buenos dias, like that. Look how much of my, he's taking the piss. I'm not taking the piss, yeah? Buenos dias, yeah? Some of you didn't even know that part of your face moved. Tiene usted papel higiénico? Do you have any toilet paper, please, mate? Yeah? La MDMA es muy fuerte. The pills are a bit strong. Now, you don't need that one very often. But when you remember it in Ibiza, you'll be fucking grateful, trust me. It was ketamine, back to the hotel room, it was ket. I've shit myself. It was ket. It was ket. Most of you, to go from the way we speak to buenos dias, it's too much of a leap. How do Brits say hello? We don't say g'day or howdy, how are you doing? Alrighty then. We don't speak like that. Brits say hello like this. All right, I'm all right, all right, all right, all right. Hello, 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 I'm posh. All right, I'm fucking all right, all right, I'm fucking all right. We'd speak with a horn if we fucking could. Impossible. That's why you're so self-conscious. Like a lot of Brits, we sort of stood there like that while we're having a conversation. It's sort of just vibrating with embarrassment the whole time. That's why it's so hard to be romantic. It's bad enough if you speak English in your country. Imagine speaking English with a British accent. It's almost like an inoculation against fucking romance. I feel sorry for the women of this country. English is a blocky language to start with. If you listen to it, like foreigners describe it as sounding like, you know, like bricks going down. There goes a noun, adjective, grout it, next sentence. Noun, adjective, verb, grout, next sentence, right? That's how it sounds.
I rock with English, Russell. I rock with English. But that's just because that's the language I grew up speaking. So it's very easy for me. But
sentence, noun, adjective, verb, grout, next sentence, right? That's how it sounds. So to be romantic, it doesn't fit. I mean, if you ever see, you know, when a middle-class person's about to be romantic, it's like they've been injected with a serum or something. Something's coming. Give it a second. Or like someone from round my way, like from a council estate in Essex. Do you love me or not, Gary? Have a look at the fucking Mini Cooper on the drive. Do you know what I mean? What do you reckon? Sake. Like when men don't say the L of love. I love you. You too, don't I? Two. Say it. You. I'm saying you, don't I? Does anyone else feel like shit? You know, like when an Italian person walks in, a beautiful Italian man or woman, you just feel like crap, don't you, if you're British? Like, I can't compete. It is the language of, it's the most opposite of English that I can find. Flowing and wonderful. Buongiorno, principessa. Yeah? Ooh. To hear, I love you in Italian. Ti amo. How beautiful. Yeah? Ti amo. It's like it matches the emotion. Ti amo. Wouldn't you love to hear that, madam? What's your name? Sharon. Sharon? I don't think you'll work with Sharon. The worst name. Ti amo. Sharon. Yeah, Is that an Italian name? I know. But it's beautiful, though, isn't it, Shaz? Like, ti amo. Yeah. An Italian man will actually dislocate his jaw if he's enough in love. You see, Sharon, how much I love you. My jaw is broken. It couldn't be more different to how the poor Englishman is forced to declare his love. If you'd like to come through to the conservatory, please, Carol, I've got something to tell you. I love you. Sorry. That's how we have sex as well, by the way, Valerie. Sorry, dear. Sorry, dear. Sorry. That's how we have sex as well, by the way, Valerie. Sorry, dear. Sorry, dear. Sorry, dear. Sorry, dear. Sorry. Nigel Farage. That's what we cry at orgasm. That's the cry at orgasm.
Guys, that's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video, you can subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested, and drop your video suggestion in the comment section. It's your boy Danita, out.